this is Jen Rzasa from Art Change of Art, and today I'm going to be making a fun card using some of the new paper and inks from Simon Says Stamp. And you won't believe it, this card has no stamping on it whatsoever. It's a nice, quick, and beautiful project, and I can't wait to begin. Let's get started. So to start off, I'm going to be using a piece of cardstock that is one of the new Simon Says Stamp colors, and this one is the khaki. It's a really nice neutral for a card base, but you could also probably do some really great colored stamping on it for a fun look as well. I have it cut to half of the size of the 8.5 by 11 cardstock, so I can score it at 4 1/4 and make an A2 sized card. Now for some reason I really like starting with the card base. I kind of don't know why, because I usually don't put the elements on the card until the very end unless I'm doing a one layer card. So I'll set this aside and start working on the focal point. So I love this paper from Dear Lizzie. It's the 5th and Frolic paper pad. I think I have about 4 of these 6x6 pads because I tend to be a hoarder when it comes to pattern paper, and there are a few patterns in here, especially this one and some of the other cute colors that I know I would never use if it wasn't for the fact that I have so many. So I'm going to be using this paper. It's just really nice and cute and simple, and even though I'm not making a Valentine's card, you could definitely give this to someone for Valentine's Day because of the sweet row of hearts at the bottom. And since this is a 6x6 pad, I'm going to need to cut this paper down so that it fits. Now, a few things to keep in mind. There's a little tiny smudge that is just part of the pattern paper, but I want a more clean look, so I'll definitely be cutting it on this side. And at the top, this is just the little part that keeps the paper stuck in the pad. There's a perforation here. Usually someone might think you want to throw this away, or you could just leave it kind of stuck in the pad when you rip the paper out. But often I'll reuse them because they have these cute little patterns on them. So I'll be using this on the card as well, so I'll just kind of put that aside for now. Alright, give me a second while I go cut this, and I'm also going to cut off, not sure if you could see it, the little end of the perforation right here. Okay, before we continue with the card, I just want to show you the cutter that I use. This is the Tonic Guillotine cutter, and I am always so impressed with the quality of the cuts that I get. Remember that I wanted to cut off the little perforated edge? Well, I literally, like, just cut off the perforation. Like, this is as thin as, like, a piece of hair. So, I really recommend getting this cutter, so... Now to add some interest to this paper, I want to add some splatter. Now I don't have any misters in black, which is the color that I wanted, so I'm going to fake the look using the new Simon Says Stamp black ink. And I'll use just an acrylic block. All you need to do is get some color on there and grab a brush and some water. And let me put this away before I get water all over it. Use the brush and just turn this essentially into a watercolor paint. And you can do this with any ink color. I don't know if you could see. And in order to splatter it, you want to get it really nice and wet. And the more water you have, you'll have bigger splatter marks. Okay, so you hold the brush over your surface and then tap it. Just like that. Okay, I'll definitely clean that up later. Alright, now back to that little strip of paper. I don't even care that there's a hole in it. At first it bothered me, but I do kind of like how it adds a little more interest. And I'll be cutting a banner end right here. Just using some small scissors. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to go off camera there. And I'll just use some adhesive to stick it down. Just using the grid mat to help line everything up so that this goes on straight. And I can cut off the excess. Now, if you had to ask me what my favorite Simon Says stamp die, it has to be this huge Hello die. They also have a smaller one now, which I don't have, but it's on my wish list for sure. So I just love the font, and I love the large scale. And this is going to go right here on the card. Now, instead of messing around with foam tape, which I have done in the past and like spent hours just cutting out teeny tiny pieces, I'm going to adhere this directly to this pattern paper. You can use any liquid adhesive to do this. And I'm just putting little tiny dots around. It doesn't need to be covered with adhesive everywhere. Just make sure each of the loops gets a little dot. And you don't want to put too much so that it doesn't squirt out the sides. Okay. I'll put this at a little bit of an angle here. Just like that. Now I could leave this front piece just like this because it's super cute, but I want to add in some more of that black color so that the splatter doesn't look out of place. So I know you've probably seen people use these. This is just an old Dymo label maker, and it reminds me of when I was a kid. I used to put labels on all of my Trapper Keepers. I don't know if you know what a Trapper Keeper is, but you know, like my binders and notebooks and stuff. So I'm gonna make this say hello friend. So I will probably fast forward through this so you don't have to watch me painstakingly do this. All right, now give me one more sec. I'm just gonna put some foam tape all on the back and adhere it to my card base. All right, and that's it. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you give this a try. Bye.